All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MicDrop Podcast. It's your boy Alex Wordu. Follow me on IG at Wordu the Dude. Follow me on Twitter at the Wordu. Also follow us on Twitter. Sometimes we drop clips for the podcast on there. At Drop the Damn Mic, and also follow us on IG at the MicDrop Podcast. I got a special guest. You know what I'm saying? One of my most watched content creators, I'll say, when it comes to Joe Budden news and all that. You know what I'm saying? Chigs Smooth. Say what's up to the people, bro.
What up? What up? What's up with it, man? Thanks
Chilling.
for having me, bro.
Chilling, no problem, bro. Thank you for coming through. Talk about like your early childhood, you know, how like where you're from, where you grew up, you know what I'm saying, where you went to school, all that.
Yeah. So yes, I am Nigerian. I lived in Nigeria for the first 9 years of my life. Grew up there. I speak Igbo. So shout out to all my Igbo people out there. And they will.
Right.
Aren't you Igbo too, yo?
I'm Igbo, but nigga,
Okay.
I'm the
But
only
you
one
don't
in my
speak the
family.
shit.
I don't, bro.
I knew it,
feel
nigga.
bad.
I knew it. Yeah. You gotta go back, nigga. They gotta take your ass back. You gotta spend at least 3-4 years back home, bro.
Oh God, bro. I haven't been there since I was like 6, bro. It's been so long.
Yeah, man, bro, you gotta go back. When I just went back, December? This shit was amazing, man. Had a great time. But yeah, man, I grew up there for the first 9 years. Came here when I was like 9. I was in the 5th grade. So ever since then, I've just been here. I did pretty much all my schooling here. Finished out middle school, high school, college, and all that fun stuff. Yeah, it's been good, man.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. What so when you moved from Nigeria here, like what part of United States did you live in?
New York.
New York. Okay.
Yeah.
How was that? Was that an adjustment period, like a culture shock almost? I know
Oh,
New York
hell
is-
yeah. Hell yeah. First of all, anybody will tell you, yo, if you're like an immigrant coming to this country, bro, the first thing that you notice is like people talk fast. Like our English back home and like the English here is like so different. So that was something that I had to basically adjust to was, like learning and understanding how people talk, culture. Obviously, you got made fun of. Any immigrant back then, if you move from a different country to the US back then, I don't care if it was, Haiti, any Caribbean countries, any African countries, people made fun of you, yo. Because you had an
Yeah.
accent. Back then, it was cool to make fun of immigrants, everybody, yeah. So I was not exempt. Yeah. So, it was definitely a tough learning process. But you got through it. You made friends, and then from there, you learn how to roast back and, defend yourself.
Yeah, I had to learn that shit on my own, nigga. Learn how to
Yeah.
roast another back.
Yep.
So you said you went to school in Nigeria, but did you go to school anywhere here in New
Yeah,
York?
Yeah. So I actually went to school out in Jersey, college. I went to Seton Hall. But middle school and obviously high school was in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shit. So I was following your pod from basically the time that, the whole Joe Budden Rory
Mhm.
situation played out.
Yeah.
I think that was last April, something like that.
Yeah. That shit feels like it was like 3 years ago, bro.
Yeah. It's been a
Yeah,
long
this
ass
shit.
time.
Hell yeah. It feels like it was like 2-3 years ago, but shit was only like last year.
Yeah, time flies, bro. But shit, what inspired you to kind of make, your channel, like the type of content that you put out? What kind of inspired you to make that type of content where you're kind of reporting on like things that like relevant things in the culture? Like what kind of inspired you to do
For me, it's just content that I enjoy. Because I didn't want to be like all these different like media outlets and all these different like content pages on YouTube and shit like that. And there's a million of them. So for me, I just kind of focused on, making content based around people that I enjoy because that's ultimately how I decided that I was gonna run my page. Like I wanted to come on my page And if I got bored, I would watch videos that I would watch, when I was like working, every single day, and just watching YouTube videos. So whether it's Joe, whether it's making content on different people, whether it's academics or whoever it is, hip hop news, I just make content that I enjoy, and it's been dope to see that a lot of people enjoy the same content as me, and they react to it, and yeah, it's been dope. But I basically built my channel around just people that I enjoy. There's a lot of people out there that I just won't cover. I'm like, I don't really care about this person or that person, so I'm not gonna cover it. You guys can go watch it on somebody else's page, but I just basically built it on shit that I enjoy, man.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
like the best way to do it. Just like uploading content that you would actually watch yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
actually.
I mean, that's what I tell people that always like, hit me up, how do you grow your channel? How do you grow your page? Like, you just got to be passionate about it. Like, don't do it because you see somebody else doing it and you think the shit is gonna work for you. Like, nah, you gotta actually wake up every day and actually find out, how to, whether it's, just posting videos or, just giving commentary, whatever it is, you gotta be passionate, number one, and you gotta actually make it on shit that you enjoy. Because that way, you can tell when somebody is really passionate about something, right? You can obviously tell by the way they talk, how they cover something, so yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, bro. Let's see. So, and that's also, I think around that time, that was also like around the time where I found my friend Defran. I had him on the podcast earlier.
Okay.
Kind of made similar content. He was talking about the Joe Budden situation and all that. Um, but as far as like your opinion on like the shit, like what's your take on like the Rory and Mal pod versus like the Joe Budden pod?
Personally, I think I enjoyed. Are you talking about like separately or back when they were together?
Just like in totality, like after like a year later, like now that
Oh,
we've
okay,
like
yeah.
seen everything play out, kind of like what's your take on like how they do their pod compared to like Joe and like where they're at right now? Like, what's your perspective
For
on
sure. Yeah, so I think they've definitely grown, and they obviously wanted to cultivate an audience that's there for them. So they've definitely gotten there. They're not pulling in like the same views that they were when they first split and they were doing like content, but they've now gained a steady audience that's just there for them.
that?
So, and obviously same way with Joe. Joe was obviously like at the top. He's still skyrocketing. I think a lot of people, myself included, was like it might not work out the same way with Ice and Ish, but
Hmm.
they've been doing great. So I think for me, this split was really good for both of them. They each got what they wanted. Now, do I want to see them back together? Yeah. For me personally, I think I enjoyed listening to the podcast better when it was Joe, Rory, Mal. A lot of people had gripes against Rory, against Mal for some reason. I think that shit is weird. Like, these guys are just personalities, right? Like,
Yeah.
no one is fully themselves on the
Hmm.
podcast, right? You gotta say some hot take shit. You gotta, have some wild shit.
Yeah.
People take it a little too personal in their split. Me, I still enjoy both of them. I'll listen to Rory shit, turn it off, listen to Joe shit. But as far as what I personally enjoy is both of them together. Well, three of them together.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's true. I felt for the most part like I guess what would you call it? The relationship that they had like outside of the pod, like kind of bled through into the podcast a little bit to where it kind of felt like we were there too. Like it felt like I don't know how to describe it. It just felt like a more intimate setting. And now with
Yeah.
Ice and Ish, like I actually like it. I actually like
Mhm.
it more just because like I feel like the content that they talk about is now a little bit more mature.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's not really based on just music. They can I like the part of the show segment that they do too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With the live calling and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's hard. Yeah.
yeah. So
I mean, it just depends what you came to the pot for. For me, like I just came to it for the jokes. Um,
Mhm.
they still joke around now, but I feel like they were letting more of the more immature jokes fly, and there'd be some like inside jokes that you would understand, and you just start cracking up.
Yeah,
Um, but again, it all depends on what you came to the pot for. For me, it was just the jokes, the immature shit.
yeah.
Whenever they start talking about models or IG girls that they know Joe smashed, Maul starts cracking up, and you just
Yeah.
naturally start cracking up because you know what they're thinking. So that's just me, but hey, the pod is doing great. Both of them are doing great. I think they're actually performing today. Rory and Maul, they're performing in Philly actually, at the Roots Picnic, I believe. So
Okay.
listen,
Okay.
man, they're doing great. I don't know why Joe doesn't do Roots Picnic. I don't know if he gets like if he doesn't get invited or I don't know, but
I don't
I
know,
think
man.
I think I think that'd be dope if they did it.
I think Joe's ego is what's holding him back slightly still,
You think
but
so?
I mean, he deserves it. I can't sit here in front. He kind of deserves it, but at the same
Yeah.
time, he kind of has to be more realistic. Like when Maul and Rory were on the pod, I think they were pulling close to like 300K or 350K a pod.
hmm On
And
YouTube though.
yeah, yeah, on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's like they can barely crack 150 consistently. So it's like,
Yeah.
and it's a different type of fan base that they have now. But I kind of like the content, just because of like the it sounds more mature, I think. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just too serious about that shit. I should be there
Yeah,
for
man.
everything.
Listen, bro. They definitely had like a very like devout like co-audience. Like
Hmm.
when that split happened, like people on both sides are like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
And I think even still today, like I'll put up a Joe Budden clip, or like I'll make commentary about something Joe did or said or some shit like that. And you can still see people come in and say, "Oh, F Joe," he shitted on his friends, or people supporting Joe. So even still till today, like it's still split.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's a testament to how good their podcast was.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What would you say is like your top five podcasts to just listen to on a regular basis?
Man, yo, I don't even listen to podcasts like that, but do I even got a top five?
I would think you would listen to a lot of podcasts though, the way you be talking about them.
I mean, I'll listen to episodes. I like Joe shit, obviously. I like Rory and Maul. Um, I like Axe podcast. I think those are the top three. Once in a while, if I'm super bored, I'll do Andrew Schultz podcast, the one with Akash. Um,
You don't like Brilliant Idiots?
I used to, but once Charlemagne got like way too PC, it
Mm,
kind of got super watered down, and it got like a little bit boring to me. You
yeah,
know, um,
I can see
I
that.
just like real raw, authentic podcasts. Like listen to people. Like I used to like it, but then it got to a point where I feel like Charlemagne was just holding back and holding back and holding back. And I was just like, like this is where I exit. You
Yeah.
can't be a fan of people to the point where you can't see, to the point where you're just letting that fandom control you. Right. For
Mhm.
me, I fuck with Charlemagne because he was real, like he was just authentic. But obviously I get it. He's in a way better position now, and he can't really say nothing crazy. But that's where I'm like, all right, let me just exit this. But I
Yeah.
still rock with him though. But I just can't listen to like a whole hour of kind of like PC Charlemagne. That's
Yeah.
just me though.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I definitely I could see that because people in the comment section say the same thing. They're like,
Yeah,
this nigga Charlamagne too serious, and he's
bro. Like
always like, making fun of the women on there and shit, like for no reason, or getting on wax for no reason.
yeah, like I've been rocking with Charlemagne since like, bro, since like Breakfast Club came on like 2010 or something like that. Probably since like 2012. Like
Hmm.
it's been like a whole like 10 years that I've been rocking with him, and you can kind of see in his opinions the way it's just been kind of been a little bit watered down. But
Yeah.
I get it though, man. He's got like hella companies, like billion-dollar companies fucking with him now. he's got his own network, so he doesn't really have to wild out too much.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Okay. Let's see. What else did I have written down? So I took notes. I've been waiting on this shit. So there was a while back last year, and when I told you I watch you, nigga.
Hmm.
You did a live stream last year
Hmm.
where you said Logic is trash.
Yeah.
Why do you think Logic is a trash rapper?
For me personally, because I know Logic has a lot of fans, I just can't sit there and listen to more than two songs by Logic. For me, that's how I kind of evaluate if you're trash or not. If I can't sit there and play two songs back to back, he gets a little too repetitive for me. He's got decent bars, decent flows, but if I can't listen to more than two songs back to back, you're not that good to me. You a fan of him?
I used to be a real big fan of him. I used
Okay, I
to.
figured. Yeah. I figured, man. I'm like, Logic. Bro, that stream was like damn near 2 years ago. But yeah, I mean, listen, man. Music is just, subjective, right? Like, there's rappers that I like. Listen, niggas made fun of me back in high school for liking Rick Ross. And all them niggas, all them niggas that, people like back then, all of them fell off. Rick Ross is still out here making music. He's still thriving. He's still relevant. So what do I know, right? But for me personally, man, Logic is just not my cup of tea.
Who was telling you that? What year was
Bruh,
that?
this was when I was in, this was 10th grade, 9th, 10th grade. So this was probably 08, 09. This is when Ross came out with I'm a Boss with
And they were saying
T-Pain.
you're trash for listening to
Yeah,
that?
bro. Yep. I like Ross and Gucci Mane. Those were my two favorite artists back then. Niggas every day told me that I had the worst taste in music. Right now, those two are still relevant. All them other rappers niggas like back then, they fell off.
Who were these guys listening to? The guys that you're saying?
Classmates. They're like Little Wayne, which shout out to Wayne, but Wayne is really not that relevant in music right now.
Aren't these guys like Rick Ross? Don't they make music like together a lot? Like, isn't Gucci from the South too?
Yeah, but it was just like I guess they just the sound back then was more of a fast-paced rap, right? You had Lil Wayne, you had Kanye West, so I like more, a little bit slower, relaxed music. These niggas told me that I was crazy, that I had the worst taste. Fast forward now, Ross and Gucci are still popping. So yeah. But nah, man, Logic to me, he's a trash rapper. But if you're a Logic fan, I guess you enjoy his music. I've never, it's never been 11:59 p.m. on a Thursday, and I'm sitting there on my phone waiting for Logic album to drop, bro. That's never happened.
So when you say Logic is ass, you're not saying lyrically. You're just talking about the content.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the content.
Okay.
His beat selection. I just can't sit there and listen to two back-to-back Logic songs, bro. I'm not doing it.
When you say two Logic songs, what are those two Logic songs that you are listening to?
None. The only shit I heard, bro, was that I mean, I've heard a couple. I just don't know their name, obviously. But the 911 shit, what's that suicide one? He did with that girl.
The 1-800, yeah.
That one was dope. That one was dope. There's another Logic song that I think is decent. Other songs that I've listened to and tried to is just not it, So yeah. He's just not for me. But I know there's Logic fans. Just the guy has like minutes of it. So
I'm not the biggest Logic fan now because I feel like he doesn't really.
Why did you stop being a Logic fan?
I basically stopped just because when he dropped, I think it was the Confessions 2 one. When he dropped that, it was just I felt like his content was started to sound a lot like really repetitive. And then when he dropped that supermarket shit, I was like, bro,
Yeah.
What are we doing? And then like he said,
Oh,
oh, I'm retiring and shit.
he made a joint with Joyner Lucas. That was hard. That's something that they did together.
Oh, ISIS, I think.
Yeah. That was hard too. That was hard
Yeah,
too.
yeah, that was hard. That was hard.
But
Okay, okay.
I think he tries a little too hard to be in that just in that conscious rap space.
Mm.
You know, he
I
tries a
think
little too hard.
I think he tries to rap like that because I feel like he doesn't feel like he's being acknowledged by the culture like he feels like he should, and I think that's why he's kind of like being like public with saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna retire. I'm gonna."
Right. Which is weird too. Like, bro, like him, Jordan Lucas, and all these like off brand. Yo, if the culture doesn't accept you, yo, move on.
Yeah.
You got a whole yo. You know how many upcoming rappers would kill to have a quarter of the fan bases these guys do? Just because you're not being talked about in mainstream. Look at Russ, yo. I like what Russ is doing, bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
hmm
mainstream isn't really rocking with him too heavy, but the nigga knows it. He's like, yo, I got millions of fans. I'm just doing my shit. Ross makes like what, close to 20 M's a year. He's on tour right now. Everything is sold out.
Yeah. I was just,
If
I was one of those guys that I didn't like Russ. I didn't like his
I fuck with
attitude.
Russ, his shit is hard.
But when he did that Joe Budden pull up episode, I was like,
Yeah,
why was I hating this nigga? Like, I was just judging him too quick. I was like, damn, bro, this nigga's actually. And I listened to his music, and it didn't sound bad. It was good.
he makes good music, bro. He makes good music, but if it's not the taste of what mainstream hip hop is, nigga, still keep doing the shit because you got an audience to feed, and they feed you. So all
Exactly.
that crying about mainstream media not covering you, man, shut the fuck up, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
You got fan bases out here that's dying to buy your ticket, to buy your merch, to buy your music, and you worry about being posted on Shade Room or academics or flat. Like, bro, just do your music, man. Shut up and do your music.
Yeah, yeah, man. But shout out to Logic though. I fuck with Logic, but I don't know. He should just. I think he should just like, because even with people that aren't really accepted in rap, like they'll just go and do another genre. Like MGK,
Yeah,
MGK did rock and had like probably rock album of the year the last 2 years. So I mean, there's nothing wrong when trying to experiment or trying to go to a different genre if you feel like you're not getting the props you deserve. So
exactly, man.
yeah. Let's see. So as far as like Chigs content, bro. Um, can we expect like any type of like personality based content or like like a podcast or something like that from you?
I thought about doing a podcast, but bro, the market is like way too saturated. But what I do want to start doing is interviews. I kind of want to start doing one-on-one interviews, but I'm not really interested in interviewing rappers. I want to interview like more so personalities, whether it's past, present, and not just in music. Um, like bro, porn stars, interviewing porn stars. I
Okay,
think,
okay.
bro, yeah, man, like
That's what I'm talking
like
about.
shit like that. Like I don't just want to do everything in music. Because I think that's when you become just like everybody else, other outlets. So I just want to have interesting conversations with people. Yeah, I don't really see myself doing a podcast unless I get approached with an interesting offer. Then I'll do it. But yeah.
What about maybe doing like more live streams whenever there's like a trending current event?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that's something that I really want to focus on this year too, is doing more live streams. Because I enjoy it, man. I enjoy getting on there and just interacting with people and having different personalities also with me, not just me just talking on there, but getting personalities and people that actually have something to bring to conversations.
hmm
So that's definitely something that I'm like this year, like I want to do a lot of that.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, bro. I know you can, bro. I fuck with your content, bro. You be covering almost everything, you know what I'm saying? Just like the intro, that nigga Joe, when that nigga Joe shouted me out, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure.
So I am tapped in with a lot of podcasts.
hmm
The Math Hoffa interview that Joe Budden did.
hmm
Joe was talking about Maul and that whole situation with like the salary situation.
Yeah.
And he said hypothetically for the next year that Maul was going to make 3 mil a year if he was on salary. Which I think is like 250K every month. I think that's like 60K a week. And then I think Joe said he was going to pay him every Friday. So he was being more specific. Do you think like for Maul, I know they're friends and shit, but if you were Maul, would you take that? Because that's still a lot of money. A lot of people would die to be in that position. Be 3 million a year to do a pod with your friends that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's just purely business. Like, these are still your homies. You know what I'm saying? And it's salary. 250K every month. I'm straight. I know Maul is kind of different because he knows a lot of industry niggas, Rory too, but 60K a week every Friday.
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely like a lot of money, and I think they were making close to that, if not half of that, beforehand. But he obviously saw something in the contract that he didn't like. That was kind of like the last straw, And also, Maul was at a different part in his life, right? Like he doesn't come off as a guy that really needed that money, because let's be honest here, man. People are willing to stay in, not so great situations as long as the money's coming in. Absolutely. So me personally, man, if my contract was good or if there was room to kind of take stuff out or add stuff to my contract, yeah, I'm staying for that money. Yeah. But you just can't be a slave to the money, man. You got to understand that being in media, you're going to have different things offered to you, right? You're going to have different opportunities, but you want to make sure that you're not in a fucked up contract. I'm not saying that that's what Maul was in, but he definitely saw something there that outweighed the money that he was being offered. That's why he passed on it. He said, "No, I'm good." So yeah, as long as your contract is good, hell yeah, that's amazing money. Like,
yeah, and I think he also wanted, ownership or something like that, or some kind of percentage of ownership. I don't know if that's what he wanted.
Yeah, there's been like so many different sides. It came out that they asked for a certain percentage, or they weren't getting this, or they felt like Joe was using some of their revenue for other stuff. So, it was just different variations of it. But, whatever the case is, they saw something and, that made them turned off and said, yeah, you know what, like, let's go do our own thing.
Yeah. But shout out to them though. I fuck with the Rory and Maul shit. I ain't gonna lie. Only time I really watch it is when I'm like really bored. There's nothing else to watch. But it's not a bad pod. It's not a bad pod. I like the little community they got over there. So I guess the last question I was gonna ask you is who's your top 5 rappers currently?
Right. Top 5 rappers. And this is just based purely off of people that I enjoy. Number 1, I gotta go with Uzi. I like Uzi a lot. Number 2, Tory Lanez. I fuck with Tory. I feel like Tory hasn't missed in a very long time. Number 3, Ross. Fuck a Ross for a minute. 4.
No Drake in there?
I got Drake in there. I put Drake in there. I just don't like after Drake drops an album, I don't really find myself going back to the album. It'll be maybe like 1 or 2 songs that I remember. I'll be like, oh shit, let me play this Drake song. But I'm not like a super Drake fanatic. Like I gotta play Drake every single day. And then 5, I'll put Thug in there.
Thug in there. Well, what's your take on the YSL situation?
Man, I think everyone should just let the whole case play out in court. Trying to say, hey, this guy was a good guy or this guy was a bad guy. Like, you don't really know these people behind closed doors, right? You don't know anyone behind closed doors. So vouching for them might make you end up looking crazy. I don't know if they did or did not do whatever crimes that they're being accused of. The situation is so fucked up because they were feeding so many people, but that's not what they're being accused of. They're being accused of running a whole street gang and, like doing whatever, sending these people. Listen, man, I think people should just let that stuff play out in court. The feds claim, they have all these evidence. Let it play out in court, man. That's why I really haven't made too much videos on it. Because everyone is like, hey, this guy is my favorite rapper, so he's clearly innocent. Nah, just let that shit play out. It's a fucked up situation to be in. And, I feel bad for everyone, like nobody wants to be sitting in jail, but they're obviously in there because the feds think that they did something. So whether or not they have a case against them, I think everyone should just chill out and just watch the whole thing play out.
Exactly. And that's the same take I have on like the whole the Meg Tory situation.
Yeah.
Let it play out. I mean, it's been like
that
2
too.
years.
Listen, man, that's gonna be big. I think the shit that came out, about the doctor saying that, hey, it actually wasn't a bullet, it was like glass. I think that was big. But again, whatever side that you root for, I don't root for anybody, bro, because I learned early on, man, you can't put nothing past anybody. It could be your favorite artist, it could be somebody that you admire. You don't know what people are capable of behind closed doors. So whether that's Tory lied, whether that's Megan lied, you don't know what people are capable of. Like, we just get lost in the music and the fandom. That's why I'm not really a fan of anybody. Like I'll enjoy people's, content or whatever, or, people's music, but I'm not a fan of anybody because you don't know what people do behind closed doors.
Yeah, that's true. That's a real realistic perspective, real way to put it too. Because a lot of these artists, man, this industry shit is crazy. They do a lot of crazy shit behind closed doors.
Bro. Like, people just see people for the music, and that's fine. And some people may not care about like people's personal lives behind closed doors, but for me, I can enjoy whatever art that you put out. Doesn't mean that I gotta, support you, during certain allegations. Because again, if you get around these people, bro, like you definitely get a different understanding. Like a lot of people are not as nice as they may come off, are not as friendly.
That's a fact.
So that's something that you just gotta be aware of. Enjoy whatever art that they provide, but just be careful, supporting them too hard.
Yeah, that's why
we just saw the little kid that got arrested because he posted on Instagram. Bruh, like, come on, man.
Shit was wild, bro. That shit was wild, bro. Nigga really said, I'm pulling up for YSL. Nigga got locked up for, I think it was like 30.
He thought it was a joke. Yeah, bro. Yeah, they gave him like 22 count something, whatever it is. Like, count 1, count 2, count 3. Like, bro, you are going to jail for a long time because you want to type hard or go hard on the fucking internet, man. Enjoy this internet shit, but just be aware, whatever you put out, whatever you type, whatever, bro. That man was probably, he doesn't even look like it, bro.
That nigga, wasn't that kid like?
You saw that picture? Nah, he's 18.
He's 18?
Let me see, man.
I thought he was a kid. I thought he was like 16, 15. They were making a big deal about it, like oh, it's like a kid. That nigga is probably wants some more money to buy some VC on 2K because he a kid. So shit.
Yeah, bro. Like, damn, I can't even find his age in these headlines. Let me see, man. They said he was a teen. I'm trying to see how old. No. He's 18. 18. Oh, kid is 18. Yeah. So they're going they're not playing with this shit, man.
That nigga dumb, bro.
Bro, they're watching everything, man. Like, don't throw your freaking life away for these artists that don't even know that you exist.
For real, like what?
I'm telling you, man.
You know how they say? You know how they say you never meet your idols.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite artist is Kanye, but I don't know if I met Kanye. I don't know how it would go. I ain't gonna lie.
That's yeah. I mean, listen, I've heard good things and bad things about Kanye. So it all depends on how your personal interaction with that person goes. But you never know, man. Like these niggas be weirdos, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty much all I, you know what I'm saying? All I had to ask. Is there anything else you want to say or want to ask me?
Who's your favorite podcaster or favorite content creator?
Shit, I got a lot. I'm really been on
Give me
that.
like your top three. Give me your top three.
Joe Budden. I think he's probably the one I watch the most consistently. I still like Brilliant Idiots just because shows and the show. I know Charlemagne is kind of different now. He's more PC, but the dynamic that Shows and Charlemagne have can't really. I can't see that being replicated. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so natural, like how they bounce off jokes off of each other. Because Charlemagne's funny, and Andrew's a comedian, and then like you have Wax and some other people on the side. I like it. It's a cool dynamic. So I'd probably say Brilliant Idiots. I actually like Complex Ambition. They're a music podcast. Shout out to my boy Sound.
Okay.
I think they're from Rhode Island. They basically just do. Well, it's basically him, but he has guests on sometimes. They just talk about music, pop culture, content, stuff like that. They just started it. So I'd probably say Complex Ambition.
Okay.
Flagrant 2, you know what I'm saying? All the other ones. Math Hoffa. I actually like Math Hoffa's.
Did you watch Battle Rap or did you just know him just from his media stuff now?
Just the media stuff. Yeah, I wasn't.
Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, because I grew up like watching Math just battle rapping.
Okay.
Everybody knows Mad versus Dose. Did you watch that battle, the first one?
The only rap battle I've seen is Daylight versus King Los.
Oh man, okay, never mind. Oh, you tripping.
They're
gonna get on you in the comments.
I am a casual.
Oh
man.
Oh man. Okay, so the main thing about Matt versus Dose was that the guy was rapping mid round. Matt got mad and just sucker punched him and knocked him out. Yeah, this was like years back, probably like 05 or 06, something like that. But they ended up having a battle again. They had a rematch, so that was interesting. But yeah, man, Matt was a really good battle rapper. But it's great to see him like kind of transition into media, and now I'd put him probably top 15 media platforms now. So that's interesting.
I would definitely agree. I think even $1 Million Worth of Game. I just started watching them too.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, they're top 3. Gilly and Wallow. Oh yeah, they're top 3.
In terms of numbers, I'll agree. Yeah, in terms of numbers, because they definitely pull numbers. Top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they are. I guess. Yeah, I'd probably say Joe.
It's them, Joe, and then I would say Drink Champs, and then
yeah. I'd agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about Drink Champs. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy about it, but like I gotta respect it, man. Those guys put in work and they pull numbers. Like almost all their interviews go viral, which is insane.
Absolutely. I think they had Big Sean on there recently. That was actually, and I think the game one was actually really, really good one. So I felt the game. But yeah, those are probably like my top 4 or 5. But yeah, man. Chigs, appreciate you coming on, bro.
Thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate it, man.
No doubt. Tell the people where to find you in Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that.
Listen, man. YouTube is Chigs Smooth. Please subscribe to my channel. And then on IG, I'm not super active. Like I don't post any pictures or too many pictures on there. I don't post videos. But if you want to reach me, you're better off just DM me on IG. But follow me on there. I just like post it on my story. I don't really want to build up that page as like another $1 million fucking video page or some shit like that. Yeah.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on, Brody.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.